Hey guys, so this isn't the first time you've seen a second generation Q5 on my channel, but it is the first time you've seen one without the navigation package. So, smaller screen here, analog gauges, no nav. So, let's start it up, go for a quick little ride, always buckle up. I have a service loaner. This is a service loaner. I have it overnight because the S3 needs a new emissions control module or something like that. Cause the check engine light to come on. You can make all your Volkswagen, Audi, CEL jokes that you want. Except I'll just delete the mean ones. But anyway, let's just go for a little spin here. And talk about the Q5. So what I said in my last video, which I still believe holds true, is this one feels definitely sportier than the old one. The brakes are the most noticeable thing that are better. They bite a lot harder and sooner in the brake pedal travel. It's got a dual clutch transmission, so that makes it a little bit sportier. I've got it in dynamic mode right now, but you'll see even in dynamic mode it doesn't shift super quickly like some cars do. Like it's not going to shift like the S3 or a GTI or something like that. But this car and the new A4 tend to shift a little bit slower. But it's got plenty of power. I believe according to Motor Trend it's 5.9 seconds 0 to 60. But it's quiet and comfortable. And it's an enjoyable drive. I wish I had an X3 or a GLC or something to compare it to, but I don't. I'm not one of those fancy people who get press cars. I gotta make some more Beetle videos too, so I'll make some more eventually. And very, very busy lately. Lots of things going on in my life. Including, since we're on a boring stretch of road, me driving a nail into the top of my head last night. That was fun, bending over into a shelf. There's blood everywhere, and it was a pretty gory and epic scene, but I'm fine. We'll soldier on and do a Q5 video. I mean, obviously I'd rather have a Porsche Macan, but this is pretty enjoyable for what it is. I do find myself disabling, which I forgot to, disabling auto start stop because that drives me friggin' nuts. If you're in like stop and go traffic, it's fine, but just if you're coming up to a stop sign, I hate it when it dies for like half a second. It drives me crazy, and it's a little bit rough on the 4-cylinder cars. As I've said before, I drove an S6 with a V8, it's a lot smoother. But nice little evening. You can see the instrument cluster hopefully well enough. It lights up nicely. The cabin materials are pretty good. I had to wipe down the entire interior and take the french fries out of it because this car was just absolutely filthy when I got it from the dealership. So you're welcome, Audi South Burlington. But thank you very much for the service loaner. I appreciate it. Also a really annoying rattle coming from this door, which is driving me nuts. This car's only got 2,000 miles on it, so that's kind of irritating. But I get it, it's a first model year car. Lots of cars have rattles, but just thought I'd point it out in the test car. It's not quite dark enough for me to comment on the headlights, but they seem pretty good. And they're on low beams, and I can see them reflecting out the signs far, far down the road. So I have a feeling that this car has a really good headlight. Just trying out the high beams. On Front Porch Forum and other places, I've been seeing there's bears all over the place where I live, so hopefully we'll run into a bear and make it a little bit more exciting of a trip, but don't hold your breath. One will probably show up as soon as I run out of memory. Because I'm lazy and never clear my phone out. One thing that kind of irritates me in the way that this dual clutch transmission is tuned is because they tried to soften it to feel a little bit more like a torque converter automatic, but it feels like it kind of lets go then goes every time it changes gear, so you get that interruption in power flow, which is the opposite of what's supposed to happen with a dual clutch. So it's a little bit jerky during gear changes, so that kind of bothers me. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a really seamless dual clutch automatic. So I'm not really thrilled with that. I mean, I'm in dynamic mode right now, but it does the same thing in comfort mode. But I'm getting really good fuel economy. Let's bend back up. Let's go back to sync the zones up. And turn that off. Averaging about 27 miles per gallon with it. I've gotten as high as 29 today, as low as about 25, 26. So, pretty good fuel economy for just driving around. Alright, we're going to turn around in my usual place. Check out the turning radius. Ooh, there's a big puddle. Ride quality is pretty good. It's not a Rolls Royce, but we don't want it to ride like one either. So it's on, this particular car is on 19-inch wheels. Standard suspension, not adaptive. It's definitely not a slow car. Some people see the 2.0 T badge thinking, oh, it's in a big car, how fast could it really be? But it's plenty fast enough. Not much in the way of lag, just that kind of annoying transmission behavior. But I know I said in my last video that I really like the way the DSG, or S-Tronic, transmission felt compared to a torque converter automatic, which still holds true. When you're in gear, there's none of that, you know, torque converter unlocking and slush box feeling. So I do like the direct drive feel, even if the gear changes could be a little bit less lumpy. Controls are easy to reach and use. The big swivel wheel goes side to side. If you don't feel like using the contextual buttons, you just use the wheel instead. Go side to side, up and down. Scroll through all your basic functions. Like I said, this one doesn't have nav, but you can scroll through everything else here for all your vehicle settings, and all your sound settings are in here, and back. Presets up here. You just hover over it before you click it so you can see what your presets are. Very easy system to use. So MMI, very good. A little chilly though. moderate speed. This would be a good highway cruiser. I've already cranked the average up to about almost 29. So definitely can't fault it for fuel economy. Somebody's barbecuing. What do you call sweet brown? Because, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Yeah, that's how hip I am, commenting on viral videos from like 6 years ago. Whatever. I was never the cool kid in school, but you guys probably already knew that. I don't care. Darker out, headlights looking good. These are the full LED headlights. Let's see. No, we'll not be getting in a car accident tonight. Alright guys, thank you for playing Privileged Soccer Mom with me today in the 2018 Audi Q5. And we'll see you all again next time. Catch you guys later. I think that's my usual sign off. I don't remember. Alright, have a good night. Where's this damn button? I'm not going to edit this part out if any of you are still with me. There it is.